I walked into a family meeting at our restaurant and realised I'd already been replaced. My younger sibling was at the front of the room clicking through slides, and his name sat under one word that should have been mine: CEO. My parents didn't even look at me. They just smiled, like this was good news. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I nodded, walked out, and let them think they'd won. And then I made a decision. If they wanted to push me out, I was going to let them learn what that choice really costs. I helped build my family's restaurant from a solid place into a local favourite. I worked long weeks. I trained staff. I built the menu people came back for. I stayed close with the people who supplied our seafood and produce. My parents owned the place, but over time, it felt like I was running most of it. My younger sibling showed up with business talk and big confidence, and my parents loved it. Our big anniversary event was the next day, and I thought I was walking into a quick planning meeting. I was wrong. They called it an annual meeting, even though we never had one like this. My sibling was already presenting when I walked in. My dad told me I was late, even though they moved the meeting without telling me. Then my mum leaned forward and said they had handed control to my sibling, starting right now. No warning, no talk first. They smiled like it was good news. When I reminded them I built the menu, the standards, and the growth, my dad said I was great in the kitchen, but my sibling understood business. Then they offered me a smaller role, head chef. Like that was all I had been doing. It didn't feel like a change. It felt like being pushed aside. I set my keys on the table and told them they could have their new plan without me. My sibling let out a fake sigh and said I was being too emotional. My parents nodded along. In that moment, it hit me hard. They didn't see me as a real partner. They saw me as the person who works. Here's where it gets worse. Later that night, I went back to grab my apron, and my sibling's laptop was open on his desk. On the screen was an email from a luxury hotel. I saw a number that made my stomach drop: $850,000. The email said my sibling had cancelled a contract meeting and promised cheaper options for the menu. That meeting wasn't his to cancel. I had worked on that deal for months. I built the menu for it. I planned the costs. I built trust with that client. And with one email, my sibling had delayed it and told them we would cut quality. I stood there reading it again and again, trying to understand how someone could do that and still smile in a meeting. Then I noticed something I couldn't ignore. The email also said the hotel loved the food when they met with me, and they expected that same level again. The next morning I came in early and found a supplier meeting happening without me. 2 long-time suppliers were there, people who helped us stay special. My sibling told them our best seafood and produce were too expensive, and he wanted to switch to big suppliers. They warned him the taste would drop. They warned him customers would notice. He talked over them and said customers want value and consistency. I stepped in and said those suppliers helped build our name. He smiled without warmth and told them to talk to him only. Then I opened his folder and saw new menu drafts. My top dishes were gone, replaced with boring names that could be anywhere. It wasn't just a new plan. It was my work being erased on purpose, and it was moving fast. Within days, guests started asking questions. Where did that dish go? Why does it taste different? Servers looked stressed because they had to say, "We don't have it anymore," over and over. My sibling kept telling people the kitchen wasn't hitting the mark, even though he was the one who changed the food. Then I noticed something I couldn't ignore. My tools were moved into storage. In their place were machines meant for fast, simple food. The kitchen felt tense all the time. The staff liked me, but they were scared of losing their jobs. I started saving everything I could: emails, dates, Menu changes, notes from meetings, customer complaints. I didn't do it to be petty. I did it because I knew the story would be twisted if I didn't have proof, and the biggest night was coming. The hotel's big dinner was close, and that dinner was tied to the $850,000 partnership. My parents came into the kitchen with my sibling and told me to follow his plan. My sibling said the hotel wanted simple dishes that anyone could make, not dishes that depended on me. That was the moment everything lined up. I had the email showing he cancelled my meeting. I had proof he promised cheaper food. I had the timeline of him cutting suppliers and cutting my menu. That paper trail wasn't just paperwork. It showed what he was trying to do. And I realised staying would make me the face of choices I didn't believe in. I took off my apron and quit. I didn't beg. I just walked away. My sibling panicked right away because suddenly his plan needed the person he pushed out. Then my sous chef quit too. Then another cook. Then another. It was quiet, but it said everything. That night, from what I later learned, my sibling tried to serve a copy of my best dish to the hotel team, and it fell flat. You can't copy real skill by guessing. You also can't copy years of trust with one rushed phone call. The restaurant started sliding fast. Guests complained more. Events got cancelled. My parents started calling me again and again, asking me to come back and save the hotel dinner. And then something happened that felt almost unreal. The hotel reached out to me directly to talk about my own food ideas, not the family restaurant's new direction. The deal didn't die. It just moved toward the person who earned it. My parents left voicemails that went from angry to desperate. They said the family needed me. They asked me to fix the mess. I didn't feel happy about it. Mostly I felt tired. So I made a choice. I built my own plan. I talked to an investor who respected my work. I found a space that fit my style. I moved forward. The lesson I took from it is simple. Don't rely on promises when your job is on the line. Keep your proof. Save your emails. Write down dates. If someone turns on you at work, facts protect you better than feelings.